Isn't it about time for somebody's favorite radio program?
Holy Testicle Tuesday
was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
This is Smokey and the Bandit, the story about a lazy weekend in Alabama, Texas, Mississippi, Arkansas, Georgia. Burt Reynolds, Sally Field, Jerry Reed, and Jackie Gleason as Sheriff Buford T. Justice in Smokey and the Bandit, rated PG. What we have here is a complete lack of respect for the law.
Starts Friday at your favorite theater. Check your local newspaper for the one nearest you.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
I think I just went 1/100.
Better not 200. 10, 200.
You're gonna need a bigger potion.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to Talk Hard. I hope your Tuesday is going great, and we are so grateful to have you with us, hanging out, talking about another fun movie. September shenanigans are officially underway with Smokey and the Bandit conversation tonight. So, yes, a film that is a regular staple in my house. We watch every single year. Sometimes I squeeze in a little marathon or something like that. Depends on the mood. Depends on how things are going. But yeah. Fun one. Definitely interesting to see what everybody else has to say about it. So 1977 was basically, this was the other thing that most of us kids were into. It was Star Wars and Smokey and the Bandit. It was a Trans Am, especially because we couldn't get toys that Christmas. So we were all like, hey, listen, can I get a Trans Am? So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's going on. So with that, let me say hello to this wonderful chat. Loki, my friend, what is going on?
Bootlegging beer out of Texas. Yeah. Hell yeah. Coors, man. Coors. Because Coors was not pasteurized and had no preservatives in it. So you couldn't take it very far. And you had to use a refrigerated truck. Yay, I'm doing great. This is an awesome movie. I probably watch this once a year just like you do. So, yeah, let's get to it.
Yeah. Lots of fun. Lots of great moments. We have a lot of love here for practical effects and real life stuff, real life scenarios, and boy, will we have some stories to tell because this one's full of them for sure. So, Squeaka, the lovely mouse, is in the house. What is going on? And is this your first time watching Smokey and the Bandit?
In its entirety, yes. I hadn't seen it. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but not like start to finish. It's hilarious. I absolutely love this movie, and I still want a Trans Am for Christmas. So. I mean, I don't know if that makes me a kid again, but I'm down. So if anybody wants to give me a Trans Am for Christmas, I'm in.
There we go. There you go. The Christmas list is coming into light now. So that's good. That's good. Hope you're doing well. Great to have you with us as always. Just awesome experience. So IRONCASTER, my friend, off the heels of another great Back Monday, coming to talk hard with us, brother. What is going on?
They said it couldn't be done, but sure enough, here we are, talking some Smokey and the Bandits.
Yeah. This is something that you watch regularly, or first time, or what's the status for you?
Oh, this was a first time for me, admittedly.
Oh, that's great.
You've never
By the
seen
way-
this movie before?
I have never seen this movie before, but this was one of those movies that just sort of gets kind of brought up, and I kept putting it off, like, yeah, I'll get to it at some point, and now has been that time.
That is awesome. For those of you out there, if there's anyone out there who has not seen it, now this will be an issue because I told this to our wonderful, lovely guest. So it may not be the case if you're overseas, but here in the States, Smokey and the Bandit is on YouTube for free with ads. So if you can tolerate their ads, which, got to be honest, they actually have a lot of skippable ads. So I kind of watched it a second time on YouTube. It's kind of had it pulled up. So that's out there. Luis, thank you so much for coming in and joining us again. It's great to have you with us. Thanks for bringing in, I don't know, got to bring in some class to compensate for the old man like me. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for asking me.
Yeah, it's good. So you big Smokey and the Bandit fan, big Burt Reynolds fan?
I don't remember ever watching this film before.
That's awesome.
I really enjoyed it, so I'm a fan now. But if I ever saw it growing up, I don't remember it.
Yeah, it is. It's different. Loki gave us our little synopsis. It's a little bootlegger story. They got a big deal to make the equivalent to, let's see, I think it's $80,000 back then, so $500,000 to run some Coors in a very quick run. He's got his friend here who's going to drive the truck, the legendary musician turned actor Jerry Reed and his dog Fred. And the bandit's going to run interference, basically. Like, get the cops to follow him, kind of keep them on their heels, get away, and to keep them away from the truck. So, simple plot, simple story. And as I understand it, the script was kind of a mess. I mean, Loki, he basically pitched this to even Sally Field as, yeah, the script sucks, but we're going to ad-lib, we're going to have fun, we're going to have a good time. And her famous quote in one of these interviews was, well, worst case scenario, he's the biggest star in the world at the time, so I figured if it flops, I just blame him. What a great way to kind of go into this film.
No, absolutely. And this film is responsible for an entire generation of rednecks wanting to drive a truck, including this one. So this is the reason why I got into trucking, because I love this movie. Snowman drives a Kenworth. Everybody always doesn't even pay any attention to that. It's all about the car. But that truck that Snowman drives is absolutely badass tractor trailer. So good truck, and, good movie. They ended up making a really good movie.
CB radio thing was a big deal back then too, as well. That seems like something that's kind of fallen to the wayside and people forget. But
the thing is, though, it seems actually really obvious that would have been the case out of this, because you look at this and it becomes so obvious that to the layman out there, like, everyone after this movie was going to have gotten a CB radio,
and had to learn you got to learn to talk on a CB radio too. You got to understand what the hell they're saying.
Over.
When someone says, black bear on your donkey, over, you got to understand what the hell that means. Texas bubblegum machine, plain brown wrapper. Plain brown wrapper was an unmarked car. The lingo, you got to learn the lingo, kid.
Yeah, man. It was important. You got to know your stuff, man. What's your handle, kid? So,
My
Melissa,
dad
hello
had
to
a
this wonderful chat.
He was sheepdog. Believe it or not.
You're a good sheepdog. All right.
No, I wasn't. My dad was.
Oh, your daddy was sheepdog. Okay, sheepdog.
You
Somebody's in the house holding the door open for the humans and saying hello to other critters. What were you going to say, IRONCASTER?
Oh, so you think about it, and like, everything we do with the internet is just an extension of that. Like, everyone has their handles, Stone Loki, we got Pops, and IRONCASTER, that's Squeaky Mouse. It's just that idea continuing on into a new medium.
It's an interesting angle. Interesting take. I like that. I didn't really think about it that way until you brought it up. So, pretty cool. Penny is here. Great to see you, Penny. Awesome to have you in the house. And there's our lovely guest chiming in for everyone. So hello out there. Make sure everybody welcomes her in. So I was able to drop in that membership freebie thing they let me do. So throw those out there for Abomination AJ. Stark's out there. The Queen Bee, Outlaw Bill, and Derail Gaming. So great to have all of you as members as well. Have early access to some of the stuff I've been working on. So I'll be doing that. Busy week ahead for that kind of stuff. So be getting caught up. So that's great. And this lady, man, so generous. 20 memberships. So wow, thank you so much, Squeaky Mouse, for you doing that. Let me run down these names: Electric Dreams, Rami, McKinney, Your Muscle Uncle, Sarone Almighty, Matt Cave Gaming, The King Advisors, The Platinum Pumpkin, Decepticon, Brandon Anime Guy, Robert Laurie, Dave C, John the Beagle Dad, that's a cool name, Kitty Bear, Padawannabe, Ironcaster, Ironcaster, look at that, Jill, the NZ Guy, Lord Tatman, and Captain Kirk. So thank you, Squeaka, and all of you out there. Tell her some emojis, tell her how much you love her. Appreciate her being here each and every week, and her generosity is just incredible. Thank you so much for that. So wonderful to see all those folks out here. I'm trying to scroll, get to the right spot here to say hello to Claude. Claude is out there. Great to see Claude. Claude came and hung out with me last night. I kind of did a little catch-up stream last night, telling everybody what's been going on, some of the stuff. And there's Fred. Breaker 1 to Breaker whatever. Well, Breaker. What's your 40 out there, Fred? What's going on? And then Jacob Ironside is here. Great to see Jacob. And congratulations, Jacob. He'll be celebrating an anniversary for his show that he does on Tuesdays as well. So he'll be a little bit later on doing some of that kind of stuff. So make sure you keep him on the radar screen. And man, look at Daryl, my friend. Man, Daryl and I have been making big Enos references for years now. The kind of reference, Loki, that only we would get. You know what I mean?
Right.
You walk in a room, make a big Enos reference. Hey, Daryl, love you, man. Great to see you, brother. Hello to all the wonderful chat. Yeah, Daddy, I'd like to kick his ass just once. I know, man. No one even gets. So the three of you haven't seen this movie before. So Squeaka, Ironcaster, Louise. Do any of you even recognize or know who Paul Williams is, who plays the little junior guy?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So at the time, he was just this diminutive, small, really popular actor, performer. He's in all sorts of things. You'll see him pop up in this sort of era. Look, I don't even know of something in particular of why he is so iconic. I don't know what it is that made him sort of a breakout. But yeah, Little Enos kind of took over as a big thing for him. But he wrote songs. He was a big performer. He's won. I think he won an Oscar. I know he's been nominated pretty much across the board: Grammy, Golden Globe, everything. So a really famous performer. And I shouldn't say was. I think I'm looking it up. Yeah, he's still alive. He's 84. Dude's still with us. So yeah, Paul Williams.
Just had the opportunity to be in a movie, and you got Big Enos, you got Little Enos, and that first look Bandit gets the two of them, he couldn't. It's like, holy shit, no, y'all are messing with me, right? I'm Big Enos and this is Little Enos. Oh, I bet you are.
Yeah,
I love them. The joke about their matching outfits.
Oh yeah, yeah. The lines, excuse me, the lines are just phenomenal, and just absolutely extraordinary.
What was it? A 64 fat and a size 12 dwarf?
Yeah. Yes. Such great stuff. Matt is here. Hey everyone, there's nothing. There's a guy on the stream last night who hasn't seen Jaws yet. A grown geek hasn't seen Jaws yet. Well, you know what? You can't throw stones, Pat, because people around here don't all have those kind of life experiences. I know of a mouse that may not have seen Jaws, so behave yourself.
I haven't.
It's
but he said chicks get a pass.
Yeah.
You get an excuse, but not everyone else does, and that's why he gets shit.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Beard is here. Beard says, "Put metal to the pedal and that thing to the." Yeah, I know. That was a great line for sure. And Pat says Jerry Reed wrote the song on set. Director loved it. Mr. Reed's biggest hit, top 40 for like a month. Yeah, he was writing it, and like he didn't even get the job until like the day before. So Luis, imagine going into this production. So you the first time director, he's the stunt man. This is stunt man is directing this movie. Universal's going to give him $5 million. And then they take away $1 million right at the end. Bert's not giving up any of his cash. He's like, no, you're not getting any of my money. They lock in Jerry Reed the day before production's supposed to start. They show up on production. There's Jackie Gleason in like a giant gold limo Cadillac thing there. He's there before anyone else. He's not even in his chair. He's sitting in the director's chair smoking a stogie. That's what you walk into to start your sort of a Smokey and the Bandit lore. That kind of tracks for this crazy movie, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much fun though.
Yeah.
There's a big idea of freedom to it that you can even look at that and say like, it kind of even shows on the back end of this where it seems like no one was quite sure who was going to be in charge, and there's all these little last minute changes that goes to show you where that goes.
Yeah, man, lots of crazy stuff happening on this film. Pass doing a Breaker 19 for Radio Check. That's true. That's a good call right there. Then more CBA radios were everywhere. 80s, early 90s found school buses. Yeah, but long before that, Fred, we were in the 70s, and it was like a huge part of our lives in being little kids, for sure. Driving around certain stations, the truckers would talk to you and giving you little handles and let you feel like you were bigger than you were. So
finding out what a lot lizard is.
Oh boy, lots of innuendo in the old trucker universe for sure. So, Squeaka, this definitely felt like something that you would say. We were watching this, and Sally Field's jumping around behind the wheel. She's like, "I want to jump a house. I want to jump." Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that seems like a Squeaka thing.
I have done some off-roading in my life in various vehicles, and yeah, that is a good time when you can actually jump things in various off-road vehicles. Just, don't tell your dad you did it in his truck.
Yeah, Daryl, I think I got to that on his resume, so just in case I missed it, but yeah. This movie had the better transit. Yeah, of course, for sure. The Firebird, for sure. So you chat, you're on fire. I'll catch up eventually. Louise, were you familiar with Jackie Gleason, the guy that plays Justice?
I couldn't tell you what I've seen him in, but I've definitely seen him before. So okay. I'll say no, because I can't reel off his film history. But he has high billing, so I assumed that he was very well known at the time.
Yeah, most famous is he's the guy from The Honeymooners. If you've ever seen, the old black and white, the old B sitcom with The Honeymooners, and he's the one with the goofy friend, the little hat, and he's like, I'm going to get to the moon someday. That kind of guy. He was that performer back in the day. Very, very famous performer from back in the day. A huge get for this film, right? I mean, he just steals every scene. He's just phenomenal, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let's keep moving here. There's our star who just... We talked a lot about over the last few weeks. We got all of the different male swagger, you know what I mean? From Connery to even Peter Sellers, just having a laugh at just some of the stuff that people do. And then we get to Burt Reynolds. So I think I'm still making you happy with our male lead theme we got going on.
So would you call him like the American version of Sean Connery? He's got the stash and swagger.
Probably more. I mean, yes. But I think it was probably even more so down the lines of like that sort of like the Texas redneck, raw, grittier kind of guy. Mm-hmm. Whereas Steve McQueen is probably the equivalent of Sean Connery. Like he's really the antithesis. This is a little after McQueen. McQueen's already kind of become a thing. Now we've kind of gotten to a new era now, and Reynolds comes on the scene. And yeah, once he does, he poses nude for Cosmo before this, I think. And anyway, between that and this, and yeah, he's
whoa, Bert. Whoa.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. He broke the barrier
Look at the time. I gotta go find it.
Yeah, I'm certain everyone out there will be Googling it up. But if you haven't seen it, it was sort of like cheeky too, right? Bearskin rug or something. And I think he also did the girl version of the adult entertainment. So he went full on at one point too. Burt knew where the money was, man. He knew how to get the ladies in the seats. So he went all in on that kind of stuff. So
it's that same shag carpet chest that Connery has.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Listen to that. Perfect timing. There you go.
There's only one time. There's only one time this hat comes off.
Mm-hmm. You had to have laughed when that happened, Ironcaster. That had to just kill you.
Oh no, it's such a great line to drop in, and with that in mind, as also there is a subtlety to it all that isn't as explicit as you could almost imagine a movie nowadays trying to go about things, or well, for time there anyway.
Yeah.
Where so much of it goes unsaid, where you get contextual clues to say like, yeah, no, I clearly know what's going to happen next. I just don't need to have it all, obviously spelled out for me.
Luis, how'd that play out for you in your first time watch the old charismatic Burt?
I mean, I'm not immune. He is very charismatic. He's a great lead. All of the little flirting was actually more explicit than I would have thought it would have been in that era. But it would have worked.
It would have worked. Well, probably did work. It worked on Squeaka. She was over there purring, I'm sure. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that it
was the rig. It wasn't Bert. It was the rig. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna tell everybody it was the rig.
Oh my. I guess I would say that at the time it was that balance of making a movie that the kids could see and making the explicit innuendos without ever going there. Like it's just enough, right, Loki? Like we were never. This obviously you were much older when you saw this, but I can tell you, as I would have been 8 when this came out or so. So, yeah, there was no flinching, no covering of the eyes unnecessary. I'm sure I kind of got an idea what was going on. Maybe not quite as explicit as we know what's going on, but yeah, I don't know, did a good enough job, I think.
Yeah, it definitely came across as we know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, Sorny remembers the magazine thing, the whole thing with Cosmo. Cosmo thing has been a thing for years, and I don't know if they still do it or there's other men, but I know that I remember Burt Arnold did it, and then there's like a senator in Massachusetts that did it, and that's why he won. And then he lost again because they realized they didn't like him, but he won because he was able to pose for one of these magazines like that. And it was like they just strategically play stuff, and ladies are all about it. So there you go. Hey there, Coco Loco. By the way, one of my favorite lines in the entire movie. Those of you who didn't see this for the first time, Junior, there is no way you came from my loins. That reminds me, I'm gonna go. I gotta smack your mama in the teeth when we get home. Like, holy crapola, what a great line. Dear Lord.
It's one of those lines you could not do today.
It's funny because you guys keep saying that. I don't. Louise, are you familiar with any of the other? Because there's 2 other Smokey and the Bandit movies, and there's 2 Cannonball Run movies. Were you familiar with these types of movies at that time, like the cars and the the races and journeying across the country kind of stuff, kind of thing that kind of become a thing?
I mean, I watched Dukes of Hazzard a lot.
Okay.
I don't know these particular films. No.
In Cannonball, Burt Reynolds is in that too, and he actually says, "Well, we could use a black Trans Am, and it's been done."
That's awesome.
Yeah. Cannonball Defined, by the way. If you guys have checked, if you want to watch Cannonball, you can also watch. I think I found it on YouTube. But it's a difficult one. I think it's streaming. They'll stream the second one, but not the first one for some reason. So we're gonna rewatch that one again and see what's going on there. So
Well,
Let's see.
also,
Fred's saying
uh,
Ironcaster.
well, it's also more about the rights. They know the first movie is such a smash hit that uh, that one goes for a higher value, whereas the later ones just they did piss poor. I mean, the third one didn't even cover its own expenses.
Well, the third one they didn't even
Right.
call Cannonball Run. They called it Speed Zone.
Yeah. No, the Cannonball 1 was a big deal, and it was sort of an amalgam. Squeaky, you'll like this. It's sort of an amalgam of Smokey and the Bandit, and It's a Mad, Mad World. It's sort of like the concept of Smokey and the Bandit, the race across the kind of thing, but it's full of like all sorts of crazy, zany cameos and stuff. You'll love it. You'll love all that kind of stuff. I know you love that kind of stuff.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I'll write that
Yeah,
down.
if you like MASH, it's got Klinger from MASH in it too. And he's brilliant. He plays like a multi-billion-dollar sheep. That's like, we will win the Cannonball Run. Roger Moore from James Bond is in
It's one of
it.
the James Bond that you like, yeah. Yeah, Dom DeLuise.
I don't know. I'm
Isn't that
getting
the one
sold on Sean Connery and James Bond. Too.
Jackie Chan, Farrah Fawcett, Dean Martin. There's a million cameos in Cannonball Run. So,
And the Roger Moore thing is funny because he is literally playing a guy that is playing like Roger Moore, who's playing like he's James Bond. So the depth and level of that is just epic. I'm playing a normal guy that's playing an actor that's playing James Bond.
That sounds awesome. Okay, I'm gonna put that on my list. That
layers
sounds
of
hilarious.
shenanigans. Layers of shenanigans. Speaking of shenanigans, Louise, what was your first impression with Frog, the old Sally Field character, and kind of how this was all playing out for you?
I mean, she's crazy, and it's a lot of fun. I really like the wordplay in this, and I mean, she has some great lines. But she seems to be a really zany character that just can roll with the punches. So yeah, you take to all of the characters, I think, really, really quickly.
Daryl's with me. We all were we were all about Frog for a minute, for sure. For sure, there definitely is.
Well, I'm straight, so
Yeah. So for me, and then Pat, yeah, I know it's definitely PG era. This before, yeah, we get it. The chest toupee. Oh yeah, there's no chest toupees with Burt Reynolds, my friend.
I mean, how many guys paused it right at the part where she's bending over and looking for something in the backseat?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's such a great shot.
Yeah, it was definitely to get everyone's attention for sure. Yeah, this kind of happened. Good point, Fred. There was a million Smokey and the Bandit ripoff because this was super low budget. You just needed some stuntmen, some cars, and some gags. And they all felt like they could do it. That was the thing too, right? Because I mean, look, this was Burt Reynolds' stuntman. Like Hal Needham had no experience other being a stunt. It's common that you get people who are writers become directors or stars become a director. I think we could list on one hand the idea of other technical people directing a movie that becomes such a massive success. So they kind of look down their nose. Oh, yeah, he could do it. We can all do it. I think that's what kind of sparked some of that too, Fred.
Well, I mean, not only that. If we take a bullet from last week, for example, that was a movie that came out of the finally shutting down of the Hays Code, which had all those strict limitations on what could be done with movies. And you look at a movie like Smokey and the Bandit, this would not have been able to have been made under the Hays Code either, because Bandit and Smokey and the Bandit are kind of they're running alcohol, they're going up against the law, and they get away with it in the end.
Yep. Yeah, Bert was with Dinah Shore, and then that kind of broke up because Dinah Shore was older than him, wanted to have kids, and he ended up started dating Sally Field. So obviously, look at her. I mean, she's lovely. Sammy Davis Jr. For those of you that didn't remember that, yeah, definitely was in Cannonball Run. And first American movie, yeah, Daryl, yeah, right. Jackie Chan, a little Jackie Chan action going on in the old Cannonball Run for sure. So, Loki, you got like a first memory or something associated with seeing this for the first time?
Saw it at home. A movie my dad watched. Like most of the movies I got pulled into. I love the car and the trucks, and like I said, it made me want to be a truck driver when I grew up. So, I did that for a while. I had fun doing that, and moved on to other things, and it's all good memories. There's nothing bad about this movie at all. So.
Squeaky, where you were kind of like, there's a lot of parallels to this movie, and then of course Blues Brothers, sort of like the road movie and the way they're dodging the police and some of the shenanigans with the being followed and all of that. So, did you enjoy sort of like that type of comedy again, or is it getting like it didn't wear thin on you, right?
No, it's a different. I mean, it's a totally different kind of car chase, and I mean, the way that it's handled even is by both the Blues Brothers and Burt. Like, it's just different. The officers that chase the Blues Brothers versus and the crowd of people that they end up getting, like the people that they run over the bridge and things like that. The crowd of people end up following them in Blues Brothers is different, and it's a different kind of feeling and mentality than the people that are here. And this one sheriff and the kind of it's not a crew of people that end up following him. It's this guy with this sheriff. He's on a mission, and these other officers just kind of end up piling into the mix because they're in that jurisdiction or they cross those state lines. But I don't feel like they keep, like, once they leave Alabama, I don't feel like the Alabama troopers still keep coming after them. I think once they're in an area, those troopers do their thing. He evades them, and the only one that keeps following him is Sheriff Buford. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's
Buford
a different
T. Justice.
It's a different kind of chasing, and the way it's handled is different. Like, it's just the turn, and then they switch drivers halfway through. Whereas in Blues Brothers, I feel too some of their driving is more nonchalant. Whereas Bandit knows, he's like, I know
Right.
I'm going off the road. He knows where he's going. He knows what his car can do. And I don't know. But car chases never get old. I like the one in Bullet too. Like, they don't. I like seeing how people handle vehicles differently. I like seeing what they do with it. I mean, they can get old. I feel like there's too many, like, in modern movies, there's a lot of, like, highway chase scenes where how much damage can we do to the highway and the cars around us and things like that. But this is different. Like, he drives through, he goes over a bridge that's out. He drives through and there's people cheering him on. There's the guy that's fishing and the cop goes in the lake. Like, there's just so many different elements to this. It's not just a highway chase scene.
All right. Well, Daryl, great to see you for a minute. Thanks for hopping in and spending time with Smith anytime. Love to catch up with you.
Take it easy, brother.
Yeah. Louise did the gags and stuff work. Like, even this one, it's so over the top with the sun sort of like laying on the hood, and obviously Jackie Gleason still has a cigarette in. Like, it's still so ridiculous. Does that all still work for you, though?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm not personally someone who likes a lot of physical comedy, but I felt that this was a good level of it. It didn't feel dated. It felt like a different place. There's kind of a magic to these films that, like Squeaky was saying, in the modern films, you can do the same scene and it will feel flat, where there's just such a sense of adventure and all the comedy fits with it. So you're just along for the ride.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. You know what? And it is refreshing, right, Loki? It's refreshing when we hear that from folks that are younger than us, that have never seen it before, or what. I feel I don't want to say I expected something different. I have to be honest.
I am older than Loki.
I just
pretty old too.
But Ironcaster did too. I'm still like, I'll take any way I can get it. And it's like, sometimes I feel like I'm emotionally more attached to this movie, and it's not nearly as good as I feel it is sometimes. And because there's not much of a story, like there's just, there is a through line though. There is a story in the sense of things change by the end. Frog has a completely different story arc. There's their through line, and we don't get that with some modern entertainment sometimes. So, but when you're, 8 years, I think it was 8. No, it was 70. It comes out in 77, but it's late in 77. So I can't remember if I saw it.
May. It was like May. 77.
It was in May?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I'm wrong because it came out right around the time Star Wars did. So I don't know when I saw it. I remember seeing it in the theater though, and just being like obsessed with like this car and just the driving and the shenanigans and the CB radio and all that kind of stuff. So,
well, and to go back with what Louise said, it is very immersive, and the car chase thing. Part of the immersiveness is all the people helping him. Like, I love the people that just pop up out of nowhere. Like the old lady with her little car accident, or the teenagers at the drive-in. Like, it puts you in there, and I agree with Louise. Like, it is very immersive because it's not just one-sided.
And you've got Buford T. Justice. That I don't know about you, but I've met a few Bufords.
Oh yeah.
Over the last 4 decades, and they all believe they're the king of their little kingdom, and that they are right, you are wrong. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it, and they'll take you to task for anything they believe you have done, whether you have been convicted of anything or not. So.
And this is the best way to change that culture, right? Is to sort of mock them at the next level, because we were still in the mirrored sunglasses, corrupt backwood police officer type culture.
Some of that still exists, Pops.
No, I know. I get it, but I get it. I do, but I feel like it was commonplace, if you will. Like it was so widespread, or kind of like that was the culture. But by at least mocking it, it sort of kind of creates a division of like, look at you. What do you think you are? You think you're Buford T. Justice? It feels like it was an easier way to deal with those people who are still taking themselves too seriously. So,
well, the thing is though, that is the best way to handle any sort of these people with these power trips like this. You have to make fun of them. That's the ultimate way you can defang someone like this.
One of the things that really makes me laugh every time I see this movie, and he did it on purpose, which is fun, because hearing someone like Jackie Gleason immerse himself into a role like this, and instead of going with like the bushy, stereotypical, big mustache, it was like, well, I'm going to completely contrast Burt Reynolds and have this little tiny pencil mustache, which looks kind of ridiculous on his melon. So Jackie Gleason, man. And
someone
art
took a pencil and just penciled that in.
Yeah, silliness. There's one of those people helping, and they send him to the wrong place, and it turns out to be the chief of police banging some prostitute, and shenanigans are going to continue. And yeah, good stuff, great stuff. Had such a good time rewatching this for sure. So, some favorite moments.
I love the part where they're like, I didn't expect them to just break into the Coors. I was like, wait, there's nobody there. Oh, wait, they're just going to get it? Okay, I guess I should have expected that. It caught me by surprise that they were just going to help themselves to the beer.
I forgot he used the forklift and drove into the beer. So, I have to be honest. So I watched it, and it made me laugh because, sometimes those are the minutiae that you remember, but you don't. It's like it's not in the forefront of your mind, and then when you see it, I'm like, "Oh, that's funny. I forgot that." You know what I mean? It's like that's how I felt. Like, wow.
Well, also that where they got the beer, that wasn't refrigerated. You didn't see any of that refrigerated, and it had to be refrigerated. It was like milk. You couldn't just leave it out on the dock without it spoiling. So you had to constantly keep it refrigerated. That's why that it had to be bootlegged into Georgia instead of just a truck being able to take it there, because it had to constantly be refrigerated to stay good. If you didn't, then it spoiled and it was nasty.
Oh man, so many moments. So probably one of the most famous images is Bert doing the shot of Bert one of the most famous images from the movie. There's one of the girls helping, and then this scene. I forgot about this scene in some ways too. The only thing I could think of is that I felt like there was going to, some reason in my brain, if you told me there would be a callback shot, very, very, very Blues Brothers, like later in the movie, it'd be one of these kids like falling asleep on the car or something like that. I felt like there was going to be a callback, but I don't think there was one. So,
well, yeah, you had to give him an attention getter.
I was waiting for it too. I was waiting for this to come back to the kids at the end. Like they're still standing there.
Yeah.
You think about it, but don't do it.
Well, the problem with doing that, though, is none of this movie ever really goes back. I mean, yes, there is the ultimate, they're back again, but none of the locations we ever visit in it do we see again. About the road trip. About what's ahead.
I'm with you, Coco. I do feel a little old seeing the theater. It's okay. We're amongst ourselves. I get it. So. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I get that it was more than just a trope. It was actually legit. I get it. So, yeah.
Snorty's got it down pat. Texans visit Colorado and pee in the rivers. Colorado's bottle it as a Coors and sell it back to the Texans because their beer tastes like piss.
Wow. Overseas, Louise, does everyone mock the beer drinking over here?
No, I don't think so. Other than the fact that you don't like that we don't have it all cold.
Well, yours is the stuff you guys got is thicker and it's sweeter. Ours is more watery and tastes like piss. So, hey.
I don't think we get a lot of your food imports. So, most of us tried Hershey and never wanted to try anything else. So,
Nestle's better.
Boy, here we go. Norpoyo with a $2 says, thank you for that. Says, call back here, the villain coach, Waterboy, the soundtrack. Yes, Jerry Reed.
Yes. Who plays Snowman?
Callback. Snowman, he's the guy driving the truck, singing the song.
Hey, Waterboy, you suck!
Yeah. Thank you, Norpoyo. Great reference. Great comment. Thank you, man. Thank you for the generosity there, my friend. So, yeah, I don't know. When I was a drinker, it was, I don't know, the Guinness thing. Maybe it's because of the, I would say, you said thickness, right? I think it's a different thing. Texture was definitely kind of a bigger thing.
Here's the thing. Yeah. Have you gone over there and had it there?
No, of course not. No.
Okay, something loses.
It's completely different over there, of course. Yeah.
Something loses translation if you try and ship that shit over here. It's just not the same. I don't know what it is, whether it's altitude, whether it's from it being on the ocean. It's not the same. So when you have it there, it's like, holy shit, this is tasty. This is some good stuff. And then you have it here and you're like, that's not the same stuff I had over there. It's not.
Well, I haven't had their beer, but their cider. I've had cider overseas, and their cider's better. The cider here is drier. It's like a white wine kind of dry. It's not as good as the cider over there. And I can't remember what the black stuff was. It's some kind of fruit that they mix in it, black currant, black raspberry, something. But you put that in the cider too, and it's delicious.
Black currant, yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you that mentioned it in Ironcaster with me, brother. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're well aware of. They're well aware of what get people in the seats. They had promotional photos for it all. They were into that. They did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, they knew we would get tickets sold. So here's our famous jumping scene. Yeah, shenanigans afoot.
So who was the stunt driver for Sally Field?
So, great. Thank you for the transition. So by the way, there's a great story. I don't know if you can look it up. I don't know how to find it. Burt Reynolds, scary moment on set or something like that. It'll show up. Him talking about, he's in the passenger seat because the camera shows him, right? There's cutaways of him. So you have the close up, but you can't see the stunt driver. She panics and makes a mistake when she jumps through to where the ball field is, and she actually runs over kids. Now the car is jumping things. Like it's not like it's running straight. It's running over. So it kind of goes over these kids, but everybody freaks out, man. Everyone panics. And these kids are like, oh my God, that was so great. We ducked down. The car just went right over us. And of course she's like, near shaking, freaking out that she made this kind of mistake or whatever, but nearly hit kids. But Bert talked about like Georgia people, Southern people, like, yeah, they were just like, well, it all worked out. Glad it was okay. Like Southern people are just so chill, and it's just a different time, different world. And so, yeah, it's funny that you bring that up, that stunt driver definitely messed that up a little bit. So, but they, fortunately, it didn't turn into tragedy. But, yeah. You can tell there's definitely a crazy different driving whenever those scenes are happening, for sure. Yeah. Fun, though.
What do you call that? A left turn or half of you?
Half of you. Half of you makes me laugh every time. Half of you. Oh, there's Sally, all classy. Yeah, there she is, all classy. So
she's a charmer.
What? She is. Or one of our posters. Don't make posters that are fun like that anymore. Pieces of shenanigans just everywhere. It's great. Yeah, good stuff. Louise, you got a favorite part?
I don't know. I think I just like being seeing the adventure of it and different parts, the freedom of it. You can't watch it and not wish you were in that car and going along for the ride.
That's a good point. And that may be kind of a little bit of what the appeal was for us, right? So it's like, this is the cliche, right? Ironcaster. Men want to be Burt Reynolds, women want to be with Burt Reynolds, kind of thing. Like it's that sort of trope kind of playing out in real time. And everybody wants to be in the car, be able to drive like Bandit. And all the women are like, ooh, I want to be with Bandit, that kind of thing.
He's a rebel. He's just dangerous enough to entice you to want to like get closer to find out what's going on, but not so dangerous that the family's going to be put into danger.
That's true. Squeaky had to make you laugh when talking about, she's talking about dancing or whatever. And it's like, what are you good at? And he talks about, I'm good at showing off. And she has this little grin. She's like, yeah, you are good at that. And I thought, oh man, that's another one of those make Squeaky smile, giddy kind of moments for sure.
The whole movie did. Like even some of the smallest times when, oh my gosh, little Enos is talking. And what does he say? He says something about, I bet you're scared, or are you scared? And Bandit goes, that's some great psychology. You're going to insult my mama next. He goes, your mama's so ugly.
Yeah. You want to say something bad about my mama? And yeah.
I was like, there's just so many unexpected turns and twists. Like and the looks on their faces, and then some of the comebacks and things. Like the whole movie is so funny. And it's unexpected in a lot of ways. Yeah, it's just, I know the plot's not super great, or it's just a car chase movie is what some people say, but it is so funny. And Snowman and Fred, I love them.
Yeah, I love Fred.
My dad had Basset Hounds, though. I love Basset Hounds, but Fred was amazing. Oh, and the part where where Snowman gets beat up, and then he sees their motorcycles.
Yeah.
And he runs them over. I was like, yes. Get it, Snowman. So chill.
Yeah, that was so good. Luis brought up Dukes of Hazzard. I'll be honest, I have a hard time keeping Fred and Flash straight sometimes because I'm like, oh, wait. But then Fred goes for a swim. So that's how I always keep it straight. Fred goes for a swim. Come on, Fred. We got places to be. And Ironcaster, you had to love it. They make a Dr. Pepper reference.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course. I was thinking about you. I'm like, yeah, there's Pops' Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper, make it quick. Yeah, I know.
Hush puppies, Papa.
It's so good. I laugh every time Dr. Pepper references from 1970s. Oh, I don't know how Mrs. Pop puts up with me. there's just so many moments, like you say, where it's sort of like the zaniness of it all, the silliness of it all.
Of course, you gotta have the
Yeah.
you gotta have the free love, hippy dippies that are still roaming around.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the cars too. Like when they're at that drive-in and all those old Ford trucks and stuff start rolling out, and I just the cars had such personality back then, and they didn't all
Yep.
look the same. I miss them so much. Just there was just so many. I was like, I just wanted to freeze frame that little part and just watch and look at all the different cars. They were, and I'm not talking about just the Trans Am, and just all of them. I loved just the showcase of the different vehicles of the time in this whole movie, and I just miss their personalities.
But now we've got Kias and Teslas.
Whatever.
Trans Am's
Yeah.
supposed to make a
Yeah.
comeback, I think, next year. They're supposed to have a new Trans Am.
I mean, I know we still have like Fords, but even like the trucks, they all look the same. Like back in the day, you knew a Ford from a Chevy by the body style. You didn't need to look at the name or anything like that. You knew who made what based on like the shape of the lights or the shape of the tailgate. Like it was just they all had their personalities, and now I feel like they don't anymore.
I agree with you. I think a lot of our cars now just look like bubble cars, and it's like, oh, what type of car was it? I know it's a blue one, but when you go back and you look at those, and one of the cars coming out, because I'm a Supernatural fan, really did look like a Chevy Impala, and I couldn't get close enough to see if it was, but I actually noticed those ones because they've got distinctive shapes and things, which now they just don't.
Of course, nowadays the only time you can really tell cars apart is if you happen to get one and you just see your model everywhere. Everything else sort of blends together.
And they weren't at the times weren't without their, oh, this is a cool idea, let's do it. Like in the 70s and early 80s, a lot of cars had that Trans Am kind of eye space where it was like that diamond rectangle eye. Like you saw it on Pontiacs, you saw it on Buicks. Because I mean, I had an 83 Buick Skyhawk, and it had that same kind of pointed triangle kind of front with the inset rectangular-ish eyes. But you still knew the difference between like a Trans Am and a Pontiac. If you knew the difference between a Pontiac and a Buick, and they were the same manufacturer, you could still tell because there was that much difference in the cars. And it's just not that way anymore.
Yeah. I think that it is still impressive and kind of amusing that even like the silly gags, like the son holding the hat on and keeps holding the hat. It's like, it's like a cheap gag, but no one pays attention that it's happening. So the problem with like most things now is they're trying to make a thing about the hat. Like they're trying to make it a gag instead of just doing the gag. And it's like the gag works because no one acknowledges the gag. Is that a fair way to assess it? Because I have no other explanation of why the hat gag still works for me.
Well, it's just for one thing, his character just doesn't have a whole lot more than just being the yes sir to the sheriff. He's just kind of he's kind of made out to be a bit of an idiot who kind of goes along with whatever Daddy says.
Right.
He says, "Oh, get the evidence, put it in the car." And there he is, sitting in the passenger seat, holding the door still.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Buford, man, I just can't get enough of Buford T. Justice telling him what's for. Just, yeah.
Well, even the car itself is a running gag that never gets old. You're like, how many more pieces can this car lose? And then there goes the muffler. Like it's like even the car gag itself, or the running gag of how he is so close to Bandit off and on throughout the whole film.
Right.
I don't know if you can show that picture I shared.
Yep, I'm getting to it. Trying to switch up, doing it here.
So that is the Bandit prototype for Trans Am custom automobiles, and that they used a Camaro as the base for that. They're going to make like 100 of those.
Awesome.
So those should be out next year, I believe.
So I can get one for Christmas, is what you're telling me.
It will be very expensive, but you can. They take a Chevy Camaro as the base, and then they basically remodel it and give you your Trans Am.
Oh, but is the engine a Chevy Camaro engine?
It's a what do they have on there? It's one of the L engines, yeah, but it's a Camaro engine, but it's the L6 or something.
Oh, I don't know much about that one. I don't know if I want a Chevy engine.
It's very fast.
Yeah, but it's still a Chevy.
LS1. It's the LS1 engine.
Oh, I'd have to research it. I had a Monte Carlo, and that was not the best engine I've ever been under.
I'd like to see more of this. I really do. I really think that they should have, a whole lot more of bringing back these type of stylish vehicles and cars and designs. And it's, I think we were just talking about, like, why is there not like a proper VW van brought back? Like, it makes no sense.
Oh my
like, why is
gosh.
that not
I
a
would
thing?
love that.
Well, I mean, if they're bringing back all the 80s cartoons, they're trying to remake all of the movies, like, they're bringing back the clothes, why not? Why can't we bring back the 80s body style or some of the 70s? And, like, let's bring it back and have some cars with character.
There's talk about Knight Rider coming back.
Again.
I mean, they brought the Bronco back, but it looks atrocious.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they're way too expensive.
Yeah, I agree. Fred's making Jackie Gleason movie called The Hustler. Obviously, Toy with Richard Pryor's. It's great. Jacob says it's cool, but it has to be a Pontiac. Yeah, I know. Well, that part we have to navigate and work around with what those kinds of things are. I think that there's a lack of appreciation of the markability for the nostalgia that the group. We see this with, like, the Cracker Barrel scandal, right? The Cracker Barrel scandal. It's oblivious to this person and people like her. Why it's not about the logo. And Rick keeps bringing up the logo. I could care less about the logo as much as I care about the aesthetics on the inside. I do not want to go in and see another concrete jungle place. The part of Cracker Barrel is the environment and the atmosphere and all that. They take all that away, logo or not. I'm not going. If it goes in, it looks like a Red Robin. Well, it's going to go to Red Robin. I'm not going to go to their place. I go to Red Robin, they take all the cool crap down off the walls. I don't want to go there either. You want different experiences. So if they want to remake a Pontiac Trans Am, Smokey, and the Bandit car, cool. Let's go all in. But you got to make it reasonably affordable. You can't make them $100,000 vehicles. No one's, that's not. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder they don't want to make money. Don't know
Well, the problem is everything's so souped up with computers that you just have just the sheer parts cost of everything. It's been artificially increased by all that.
That's true, I guess. Because we just got a new vehicle, and it was the difference between the one we got and the brand new ones. It's shocking. It's just shocking, the stickers price. So, let's share this video. We'll see. This is again, I think I teased it earlier. The 1981 Burt Reynolds party in December. Here we go. Cigarette and all.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're out there. You some
bitch.
You embarrassed me. You made a fool out of me and out of my son, Junior, that twit. You've been running away, and I've been following you. I'm gonna catch you. And when I catch you, I'm gonna put you behind bars for the rest of your life.
Bars.
And then when you die, I'm gonna put you in a box. And I'm gonna put you behind bars for the rest of your natural death.
Oh, he's not done.
Now when I leave here, I'm gonna get in my car. And I'll be in hot pursuit. You son
of a bitch.
Yeah, brilliant. Just walks off. So, yeah, if you go over to my channel, I have that uploaded, and in the description, I have the link to the full show. So the entire 45-minute show or whatever it is, someone has uploaded. So rip that out of there and share that, captured it for posterity's sakes, if you will. So, but yeah,
I'll put you in a box.
Yeah, in behind bars.
Awesome.
Just the leaning in to the gag, leaning into the characters, and so much of this is so few and far between. And I'm hopeful that some of this stuff can kind of find its way back in sort of our culture again, and our shared culture and love will do it right. So, yeah. So let me, Ironcaster, give me more of what you're thinking with this whole. How did you feel about your first watch experience here? Because this is a different type of film for you. Because I was interested in how that would play for you.
Well, the thing with Smokey and the Bandit is it is a movie that encompasses just this sheer like kind of culture to the South that, you know, being a Northern boy as something has kind of eluded me to an extent. But it's easy to see and pick up on just how much of that, you know, kind of persists throughout the area. Like, I've got, you know, friends who moved up from the South and sort of bring that up with them. It's a way of life, and furthermore, it just goes to show you like it gives you a more accurate sense of the South that isn't what Hollywood would typically do to you know play up Southern stereotypes.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It feels much more natural to the South. I know we have some Texans here, and speaking to someone who's lived in the South pretty much my whole life in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, definitely feels more natural, especially from that era, for sure. Let's see here. Fred says, even though it was a very dark animated movie, All Dogs Go to Heaven with Burt Reynolds as the voice of Charlie is a fantastic movie. Yeah, it's kind of edgy, but yeah, Bert's a great performer. Luis, how about you? How was that first experience of like what your expectations were going into it and kind of how you feel coming out of it?
I don't think I really knew what to expect. I knew it was a very well-known and well-loved film. When you said about it and I read the description, I thought it's one of those where I'm absolutely going to love it or I'm going to be bored. And fortunately, I loved it. So I don't know. I never know what to think, but I do. Films of that era probably just appeal to me more. I don't find modern ones greatly thrilling. So I was more optimistic watching something older that I hadn't seen.
Oh, awesome. Well, that's good. If you haven't seen it, I'd recommend Cannonball Run, the first one for sure.
Okay.
I really do enjoy that. I think it's fun. It's just zany and fun. I think it's the best way to describe it for sure. So, Squeaks, any other favorite parts you want to kind of throw out there real quick before we kind of turn around the corner?
I love the whole movie. It felt, being a Texas girl and growing up with the CB radio, and it kind of felt like home, like it was like, oh yeah, I remember this part. Like it felt like I know that people maybe from up north or overseas may not like it's different. But for me, it's like, oh yeah, I remember my dad talking like that, or I remember, listening in, and like I just love the whole movie. And like I said before, there's pieces of it that, like the car characters, the character in the cars, and just the way people interacted and helped, and the community behind the truckers and things like that. It is like Ironcaster said, like the little communities that form on YouTube of people that, know each other's handles, and they know each other, and they're like, yeah, stop by and see me, or you owe me one, or whatever. So I'm very glad to have seen this movie in its entirety, because I adore this movie. It's very funny.
Well, let me say hey to DJ Ronnie G's out there. Great to see you, brother. And yeah, I feel like every time I watch it, and I know, Loki, we've talked about this movie somehow, some way, a couple years ago, and then we just didn't do anything with it. And I always think to myself, I would love to have heard like the Stone Cold Loki version over the CB. Like, could you just see the CB version of Loki? That's how I feel when I watch this movie. Like, oh yeah, I can feel like that'd be.
How do you know that didn't happen?
I didn't say I didn't know. I just said I just loved to experience it. So.
Oh shit. Yeah. Fun times. Usually I was listening to, there was a radio shock jock in Dallas that I used to listen to all the time. And usually that's what I was doing. Now, if I was stuck in traffic, yeah, I probably was on the CB doing something. There was, I remember the one of the funniest things that ever happened was I was on the freeway coming back into DFW, and we were near Bowie, and there was a big sign on the side of the road that said "Grow your business in Bowie," and it had a whole bunch of plants on it, and they literally were pulling bags of pot out of this truck driver's trailer. Had him on the ground. He's crying, like a little pud. I didn't know it was in there. And I had to take a picture of it, send it to my boss. But it's funny shit like that got you on the radio, got you talking.
That's awesome.
You'd be coming up on something like that and hear, boy, you ain't never gonna believe this.
Was it? Did the guy who said it was? What does his name start with an R?
It's Russ Martin, right?
Russ Martin, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Russ
yes.
Martin.
Oh, my gosh.
I loved Russ. I loved Russ so much.
Oh, my gosh. I haven't thought of that forever.
It broke my heart when I found out that he had passed away. It was Russ Martin. Yes, I used to listen to him all friggin' morning.
His voice. Oh, yeah, same.
Kiss the Pope. Boy, kiss the Jesus. Boy,
I grew up in Dallas, so yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Russ was great, man. He had the Batmobile and all that crazy shit. So, yeah.
He came out of the Howard Stern group back in the day, and then did his own thing out in Texas and stuff. So, yeah, that's awesome. So what we do next time, Loki, you come to Florida, we just won't tell the wives we'll do it, and we'll just start speaking CB lingo and just see how that plays out.
That's right.
See the look on the wives' faces whenever because we're bad enough together as it is. Imagine if we start doing shenanigans even more than we normally do. Yeah.
Holy crap.
I know.
Hey, Ironcaster, was it Florida they were talking about going to in February? Snow and those crazy kids?
I believe so.
Ooh.
I will be going to that. So
yep, there we go. Figure it out. We will figure it out. I'll be meeting up with Angry Canadian here in a couple months, so he'll be down here. So we'll be making the trek over to make sure we spend a few hours with him. So
that may be my last trip like that. So
yeah, I get it. But hey, listen, I'm happy to have you. I'll have to race into bumper to bumper traffic just so I can get pizza on your lap. Just sit there. The size of this giant man in my tiny little sedan with pizza. It was. I don't know why we didn't take more photos. It was what on earth?
We should have.
Yeah,
if it's the last chance at a Loki con, I'm in. We'll figure it out a way.
Road trips. Figure it out.
Oh, I'll even wear a white dress and hang out by the side of the road and still. I'll be your new seat cover.
All right, we'll get a fundraiser.
What's she wearing now?
We'll have to get a
Same thing she's
fundraiser
wearing
and
when she jumped in the back seat.
get the fundraiser going and get Louise flown over here. What do you think? Or do I have to do it? Have a little talk hard con. Here we go. Sonority, I'm in Central Florida, so feel free to message me privately, and we can get into more details and meet up sometime for sure. I know you're in Florida as well, so yeah, I'd love to meet up with you more. So
I don't know. I secretly want to go back to England, so I could just go back and then kidnap her and throw her as the seat cover.
I'd like to go. I'd like to make the trip, but it's not happening in the foreseeable future. So, all right, let's wrap up with like scoring of the movie, because I think for me, again, I'm very biased. To me, it's this 3.5 to 4 out of 5, but I feel like it always gets bonus points on top of that because it's like that nostalgia phase of being a kid and just all of that for me. So for me, it's more like a 9 out of 10. Like it's just, and it's also like it's edgy, but it's never racy. So Mrs. Pops has no problem watching Smokey and the Bandit or Smokey and the Bandit being on, or I don't have to worry about it playing. Oh, the kids are going to walk in. You can't be watching that right now. Or anything. No, it can just be on. So it's sort of like a regular in that regard for sure. So that's my general take out of the way. So let's start with you, Ironcaster. I'm interested to see what Ironcaster has to say about this movie.
This is easy. This is an easy 8 out of 10. This is very enjoyable. It's one I could throw on anytime. It's a little tough one to try to think of anything really negative with, because it is what it is. I thoroughly like these characters. I might even say it's a 9. I'm feeling pretty good about this one.
Wow, that's solid. That's very solid for sure. So, what about you, Louise?
I had it around an 8. Probably, you can put it on and just have a good time. Maybe not one that I watched that regularly, but definitely at least an 8.
That's great. Very good. Yeah, we're all kind of coming in about the same. How about you, Squeaker?
Oh, I'm throwing down a solid 9.5.
Love her.
If not a 10, like the nostalgia hits hard. Like it. I mean, the only reason I dock half a point is it made me miss my dad. Something fierce. But other than that, like it's a banger of a movie. I love it. It is racy, only in the car sense way. Like, but I mean, I would definitely watch this movie, if not once a year, then twice a year, because this is I think it's funny. And how have I not seen it before? I don't know. I feel like I've just seen pieces of it. So 9.5 at the minimum.
All right, that's good. Very solid. Loki?
If it's not a 10, it's definitely a 9. It's right there, like Squeak was saying, maybe a 9.5, maybe right in the middle there. Absolutely awesome movie. There's no negatives. Some people might be like, oh my God, it's a product of its time. That's right, it is. And you should enjoy that time and have fun and just enjoy it for what it is. A lot of people, for whatever reason, just can't do that today. Enjoy things for what they are. Enjoy things for being funny or being action-packed or being thrilling or being romantic, whatever it is. If whatever floats your boat, if getting your boat float by Burt Reynolds saying, well, you can hop on me because you're a frog, more power to you. Definitely one of the best road adventure movies, if not the best road adventure movie ever made. I would put this on par with the first Cannonball Run movie. I think they're both that good. So,
yeah, I mean, I think they're both right there with Blues Brothers. Is like, this is this elite class, and then of course the classic "It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World" is in the other one. It's just, they're like these zany comedy road movies that just kind of have they should, I don't know if they have their own subgenre, but they kind of should. I don't know. There's a lot of them that try and miss. So this is one that does not. It's fantastic. So Ironcaster, you always love to do your thing here, the love and hate thing. Define it for us and go first.
See, I'm really struggling because this is a movie where I feel like it's really hard to pick anything to hate about it. The characters are just likable and charming. I'd say maybe the weakest thing is the marriage. That sort of marriage plot we sort of started with is sort of quickly dropped, and it's just kind of never really brought up again with like Buford, Buford T, Justice's son. Uh, Seemed like it's supposed to be the husband, and that never really gets touched at the end.
Well, yeah, it does. She yells at him and she's like, "No hard feelings, Junior." When she's running off. Yeah, it gets addressed that it's her and that it's him, and
it's more so
waves at her.
He doesn't get a chance to really address it there. Just once the chase has started, and this is me having to scrape the bottom of the barrel trying to find anything to complain about with this movie.
I don't think Junior really cared. It was his dad that was like, make a fool out of me, boy. We're going to go get that girl and bring her back here and show her we mean business. And he's
because
like,
he pays for the wedding. There's a line about the wedding that he paid for.
$40.
He feels slighted for the money he put out.
Wedding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God, don't ever. I'm never talking about our wedding ever. I'm just not ever. $40 wedding. God help me.
I think that if I have to nitpick, it's the fact that they get there and they're still kind of running, and they don't even the money doesn't get resolved. They just jump back into the car and leave, and then Snowman's like, "I'm going to end up with a divorce" because he's getting sucked to another adventure. I wish I had a little bit of a tweak to some of that. I actually almost kind of wish the wife was there for some reason. I don't even know how that would work with the story, but I feel like there's a piece there. That's my nitpick, Ironcaster, on the back of what you were trying to throw. I don't know how to nitpick something I enjoy this much, but that would probably be a piece there to tweak a little bit at the end, because it just feels like it's rushed. They get to the finish line, they hop into a different car, and they're off to another run. It's fine, but I wish there was almost like a little way to kind of give me some closure with a piece of this story before I got my new one, if that makes sense.
It's just sort of an unfortunate thing that, for as good as this movie is, it's one of these little threads that you wish they could have found a way to have plucked at just a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe that's the best way to explain it. So, any nitpicks, Louise?
Just how many times they were not looking at the road, considering how fast they were going, was terrifying.
That is true. That's fair.
Only going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
110.
96. You mean this rig can do 96?
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes and shots where you're like, only a stuntman could drive like that. Like, there's literally some shots you're just like, oh yeah, there's no way. And he's in the other lane, like 60% of the time. Like, he's not in his side of the road. Like, it's a massive part of what's. Oh, hope you're okay. Yeah.
If I was really going to nitpick, I would say that it relies very heavily on all the police being absolutely incompetent. If you're going to take that view, and they always set up the roadblocks just after a turn off. But I don't care, because that's the whole point of it. So.
Yeah, very good stuff. Good stuff. So, well, it's been a great time, and I enjoy talking about movies that I love this much. So, yeah. Let's talk about tomorrow and the rest of the week. Ironcaster, we got a show later on tonight?
Yeah, see what's going on with T-shirt, and hopefully we'll be able to go live and talk about some more tabletop stuff, because, oh boy, is there always something to talk about, like some Critical Role coming up.
Sounds good. Loki, we got a little YouTube talk, some more stuff, fun stuff tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we've got YouTube talk coming up, and it's going to be more of like life lesson than YouTube talk. More of how to deal with shit, how to deal with people that want to bring you into their drama and run their mouths, and how you don't need any of that. You don't need any of that. You don't need them talking in your ear. Don't pay them any attention, and don't waste your time, because you know what? Time's precious, and some people don't have a lot of it. So,
yeah, that's so true. It's true. It's good.
Are you going to do it over a CB, though?
Yes, absolutely.
That'd be great.
Rager19, this is your YouTube talk, over.
Roger, that there YouTube talk. You go ahead. What about you, Squeak? Anything going on this week? Anything you want to talk about?
not that I'm aware of. I'm just trying to get better. I was sick last weekend. I'm going to be hopefully better by the weekend because I'm going to be partying down this weekend. It's my birthday this weekend.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. That's right.
So yeah, I'm hoping to be better by then. Other than that, no real big plans. Just hanging out.
What actual day is your birthday?
Sometime soon.
Like what day of the week? All right, you can tell me privately if you want. What day of the week. So that's all. So awesome. That's great. Louise, it's been great having you on with us. You came back, so I guess we didn't. It wasn't such a horrible experience last time. That maybe we'll get you to do it again.
Thank you. It's always fun to hang out with you.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, lots of fun stuff. September's full of shenanigans, right, Ironcaster? We got all sorts of crazy stuff coming up.
Yes, sir. There's some. I'm trying to workshop a name for it, but shit.
September shenanigans isn't good for you? I thought September shenanigans were fine.
No, it's good, but I couldn't help but think maybe I could find a way to turn it into a single word.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what word would possibly describe the next movie that we're doing. And if you've never seen, Ironcaster, have you seen Repo Man?
Not the original, no.
Oh my God, is there a sequel? I didn't even know there was a sequel. I didn't know there was another one.
There was the Rebuild the Genetic Opera, which I've always kind of assumed is related.
I don't know. I have no idea. Loki, you've seen. Oh yeah, I guess there's Repo Man 2 something. Anyway,
Repo Man.
Repo Man is a crazy movie, right, Loki?
Yes,
way to
absolutely.
Put that in a word. Yeah, it's
crazy movie, like you said. Absolutely crazy movie.
Yeah, nuts. I don't even know how to put it into words. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the response goes for that one. It's be first interesting.
Oh, I'm excited. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's an odd one. Yeah, I would not. I would be shocked had you seen Repo Man. This is a weird one, even in our nerd circles. I got to be honest. This is a strange one, but it fits. It fits the feel of like we definitely don't make movies like this anymore. That's for sure. So
I feel like I've heard something about it, like coconut shells, taco shells, coconut shells, something, seashells. No, I must be thinking of something else. Nothing. Never mind. There's some movie that my friends quote.
Demolition Man.
Oh, maybe it's from that.
Demolition Man makes sense.
I don't remember the quote though.
Demolition Man has the 3 seashells thing about the toilet paper, but that's a
that's what it is. It's different. Yeah, it was 3 seashells. Yeah,
okay. Demolition Man. Yeah.
Oh. Now I'm even more scared. Now I know nothing about this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, we all agree. Have a happy birthday. Hope you do feel better. And hopefully you do all right. So, Pat's got a birthday coming up next week.
Well, happy birthday, Pat.
Happy birthday, Pat. So, let's see. Tomorrow I have dropped. We'll be dropping the did a little video with my daughter about Wednesday. The second half of this new season drops tomorrow. So we try to do a video on the first half because I hadn't recorded anything. So I got a little clip on that because she recorded for about an hour or so with me. So that's kind of fun. We'll include one of my children in this YouTube experience because most of them don't participate. So that's kind of cool. And if you haven't seen it, I finally watched it, Ironcaster. Invasion USA. Little Chuck Norris action going on. So yeah, that video dropped today.
Yeah.
YouTube and I worked out our copyright issues, and you can get my thing. And spoiler alert, Lone Wolf McQuade's a better movie. I did not expect that to be the case. I don't even know how that's possible. Look, have you seen Invasion USA and Lone Wolf McQuade?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was shocked that I thought Lone Wolf McQuade was just mockery enough that would be the pinnacle of things, but no, Invasion USA is like silly, zany, and like what is happening. But
if I remember right, we sort of ended our talk on it saying we might have to bring it on to talk hard one of these days.
It needs to be a Christmas movie for next year. It's a Christmas movie, 100% Christmas movie, not even a doubt.
Wait, Invasion or
Invasion is a Christmas movie. Yeah, it's not even. It's part of the story in a lot of ways. It's part of the marketing too, which I've come to find out. I did not know when I was putting this together. It was like, yeah. So yeah, and Invasion USA should be our Thanksgiving transition movie, the last one, like that Black Friday kind of week that we do, where we transition from Thanksgiving to stuff. So Luis is like, what have I got myself into with these people? I don't know what kind of nonsense they're talking Repo Man, Chuck Norris movies. He's like,
don't threaten me with a good time.
I said the same thing, Luis.
Wow, great. Yeah, I love these ladies. It's so awesome. For you in chat, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you guys for all your generosity. Squeako, you especially. I mean, you just blessed me so much. I appreciate that. But Raporio,
It's
you
my
guys that are
birthday gift to you.
It's your birthday gift to me.
I always give presents on my birthday to other people.
Wow. Yeah, Pat's right. Emilio Estevez is the star of Repo Man for sure. So, but happy birthday, Pat. Happy early birthday for sure. So, yeah, but folks, listen, mark that. Come back and enjoy us next week, Repo Man. We got Super Troopers coming up with Beard. Beard's going to come in and hang out with us. He hasn't been in with us forever. I don't even know when that was. He was in with Talk Hard for something we did. And it's like, we have Beard back. So he would come in for Super Troopers. We got Weird Science. Man, look at that.
Weird Science.
That's 40 years.
Why don't people understand?
We're not talking about candle wax on the nipples or witchcraft or anything like that.
But we can talk about Bill Paxton. So, 40 years of Weird Science. That hurts.
In a dirty ashtray. Thanks, Chet.
Thank you, Chet. So, but thanks to all of you out there for hanging out with us. Thanks to you, wonderful people. Luis, thank you for coming in and hanging out with us again. Appreciate you very much for that. Very awesome. Folks, you guys be blessed. Talk hard. Till next time, I am Pops.
Bob Ross, you'll never see me tripping. Got the vision, I don't even need assistance. Bob Ross.